Hey, I'm going to hop on here today and just on a surprise share a Mother's Day message for all of you moms out there of struggling kids whose life is less than perfect. Maybe you're hurting, maybe you're in crisis, maybe you don't have a great relationship with your own mom, maybe you don't like the kids that you have and are struggling to love them, or you don't believe that you measure up in some way. You know what? You're the moms I want to talk to today because I've been there and I feel you. And you know what? If you hop on here, even if you hop on the replay of this, type in that box, you know what? I'm one of those moms, or that's me. Because none of us are alone, and I don't want you to feel alone. If you don't know me, my name is Diana with Serenity Links Coaching. I'm a mom of 2 kids with a severe trauma history, and I get what it's like to have Mother's Day be really hard because I live it. And I get what it's like to have hard kids because I live it. And, you know, there's all these glorious advertisements out there and all this pressure out there to honor mom and put mom on a pedestal and do all these wonderful things for mom. And you know what? The truth is that Mother's Day can be one of the hardest days of the year. In fact, at my house, it is and has been for many years the hardest day of the year by far. In fact, my husband called it this morning, he called it a powder keg day because all of us, because of our own stories, our own histories, and all kinds of things that have happened over the years on or around Mother's Day, it's a powder keg day, and we all have huge, big feelings about it. And at my house, we're feeling that tension rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and it's okay for it to be hard. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, it's also okay for Mother's Day to suck. The rest of the world may not get it, but I do. So I want to share with you some strategies today for how to get through it and how to get through this really tough time. First of all, do what works for you. There is no right or wrong way to do this. There is no right or wrong way to get through it. So lose the expectations of yourself and also of other people, and lose the guilt. Really, you don't have to be anything or do anything for anybody except just be you and do what you can do. And do what you can do to roll with it. Just, it's gonna come. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Just roll with it. Also remember that it's okay to say no. If whatever activities are going on these next few days or this whole weekend, if they don't work for you and they don't work for your family, it's okay to say no to them. You don't have to do everything. And if you know that something's not going to work for you, just save yourself the drama and pull out of it. In fact, myself, at my house, there's a pretty good chance we're pulling out of at least the last part of our church service simply because it's just too much. It's too much for us, it's too much for me, and it's definitely too much for my kids. And we know that it will only make things worse instead of better. It's, you know, it's designed to honor, but it doesn't honor if it creates even more chaos. And it doesn't matter what other people think. It truly doesn't matter what other people think. They don't live my life. They don't have to live with the after effects like I do. And they're going to think whatever they want to anyway. And nothing I can do will change or say that. So I want to remind you to be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others as well. At our house, we call Mother's Day, especially, we call it Trauma Awareness Day. That's really what it is for all of us. There are reminders everywhere that I'm not my kid's first mother, that I can never erase what she did or didn't do. there's reminders everywhere that we don't have a great relationship with, especially with my husband's mom. And it's hard. And I just want to encourage you, if you're in some of those situations too, just honor that and hold a space open for it. Because our kids have big feelings, we have big feelings. And even though it's a wonderful day of celebration, for so many of us, it's also a day of profound loss. And just honor it as such. And realize that it is truly okay for us to feel the way that we do. You are not a bad person if you're feeling something that other people aren't. It's okay if you're feeling sad or angry or depressed on this day. Just give yourself a hug and realize that it's okay. On the flip side of that, I just also want to give you a reminder, and we're definitely seeing this at my house for sure, so this is a reminder to myself as well, that our kids pick up on our stress. And so as our stress starts to rise, our kids are going to rise, and they're going to magnify by about 4 million. So yeah, we got to do what we can to keep our own stress level in check and to really practice all that good self-care that we have. I'm not talking about the expensive stuff. I'm talking about breathing, or go take a walk, or a bubble bath. I'm probably going to do that tonight because I'm feeling the need for it. But really, just do what you need to do to honor you. And if there is something that you want to do, or some kind of an activity that's going on, trust your instincts. You know what's right for your family. One of the most effective things that we have done is to simply catch our kids off guard. I remember one of the best ones happened a few years ago, and of course, the Mother's Day trauma was rearing its ugly head, and one of my kids was just a little stinker, and I just finally said, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore, and we just packed everybody in the car, and we went to a movie, and he was just shocked. He knew he'd been a stinker. He knew he didn't deserve to be there. And I simply said to him, there's nothing you can do to make me not love you. And we're a family. You're part of our family, regardless of how ornery and stinkery you are right now. And this is what we're doing as a family. So you're coming. And we took our kids to a movie. They didn't earn it. They didn't deserve it. And then when we got in the car, I thanked them for celebrating Mother's Day with me. And they just kind of looked at each other like, what? So, just do whatever you have to do. But remember that you know your kids best, and you know what's going to work best. And also remember that Monday's going to come. And it's probably going to be a welcome day for a lot of us, because it means it's over. It means it's over, and all the Hallmark commercials go away, and all the flowery, you have to honor mom and love mom, and all these things that just drive our kids crazy, they all go away. And also, no matter what gets hurled at you this weekend, hopefully it's not a chair or something like that, but no matter what gets hurled at you, remember that a lot of people have big feelings. And you may not even know what their big feelings are. I got a bomb dropped on me by one of my sisters yesterday, and it was a surprise. But we have to remember that it's not about you. Everybody's dealing with their own stuff, so don't take it personally. What you're doing is hard. It is unbelievably hard, and really, it's nothing more than a game of chance and a game of strategy, and we always have to be looking 2 steps ahead to figure out what's going to work. Because what worked yesterday isn't going to work tomorrow. And what didn't work yesterday is probably what we need today. That's just the way we do. And sometimes the best way we get through it is simply by throwing our kids off their game and just doing it anyway. I also want to remind you, if you're doing your best and the best that you know how to do right now, you are doing enough. You are enough. And all of it will be enough. I promise. So Give yourself a big pat on the back and celebrate all that you are, even if no one else does. Celebrate the amazing person that you are, and know that I see you, and I honor you, and I also believe in you, and you're doing so much more good than you know. So keep up the good work, and don't let this weekend throw you too far off your loop. So, you know what? If you're here, if you're hopped on, say hi to me. Let me know what strategies you use to get yourself through. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you know somebody else out there, if you know a struggling mom out there who needs to hear the message that I shared today, and if they need a fist bump or a shot of encouragement, be sure to share the replay of this video with them. All you have to do is just click that share button and you can share it anywhere you want. So, you know, I just want to share that with you today and remind you that you're doing enough and it's okay. So until next time, you can do this. I'm wishing you not really a happy Mother's Day, but a peaceful Mother's Day. And whether that is peaceful in the world around you or that you find peace in your heart, that's what I hope for you for this Mother's Day. And just remember that you can do this. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!